After the release of the intergenerational report, Treasurer Joe Hockey said Australia's superannuation system needs to be more flexible, including allowing home buyers to access their superannuation to help buy their first home. However, David Crombie, the Chief Executive of Estate Agents Co-operative, says before we allow first home buyers to dip into their super, we must properly evaluate the current market conditions.
When looking at providing first home buyers with access to their superannuation, that we need to look at it in terms of the current market conditions that we find ourselves in. So the current market conditions in Sydney are quite heated, and that's not necessarily representative of what is happening in other areas of the state or necessarily in other states and capital cities. And combined with that, we need to look at the number of first home buyers that are actually in the market. There have been some media recently on the way that it's been calculated, and there are changes happening there. But current figures indicate that there's about 14% of buyers in the market are first home buyers.
Whilst early access to superannuation could help more Australians get onto the property ladder, it also poses risks, such as having the potential to cause financial stress in retirement.
So as far as the cons of providing access to super, obviously the superannuation industry aren't very happy with the proposal because they believe that with what's been happening with super, people should be planning better for their retirement, and by taking those funds out of superannuation at an early age, there's an argument that it won't be available there come retirement. The other con there is it also depends, and the same goes for superannuation. There's no guarantee on the returns that you're going to get from your super. So if we look at housing, they could actually buy a house in a particular area and it could go backwards. I think the difference is there though, is you still need a place to live. The big issue is that with interest rates currently low, they've got their deposit together, they've purchased the property, something happens in regards to interest rates, they go up or they may lose their employment. So at that stage they've not only lost their house potentially, but they've lost their superannuation.
Crombie doesn't believe, however, that allowing first home buyers to access their super will put any pressure on house prices.
One of the other things that has been discussed in regards to the proposal by the government is that it will raise the prices of existing housing. The problem we've got there is one of supply and demand, and as I've already stated, the market conditions that we find ourselves in Sydney and somewhat Melbourne are not indicative of the rest of the country. And I'm not sure, with 14% of first home buyers in the market, and let alone those having the superannuation to take advantage of what is being proposed, is going to have that much of effect on prices.